Really? Wow.
It's all it is a four wheel. I don't know what.
When I came in, I said 1 for 65.
Our neighbors had the exact same car, kind of a bronze color. This is the beginnings of the museum. There's going to be more, and we're going to go on a tour here.
And they switched to armaments, and they made trucks, and made ducks, and made so many things. These are nuisance. Which means it's hydromatic. Perfect timing. Ended by FDR. This 8-cylinder engine meets the chassis, which was tested at exactly the right moment. And became the general right out of the chute. It's kind of interesting. But so we touched more with the ducks are more like Long Beach and other places along that way. And then when John DeLorean, and what did you do? So I'm sorry, but it just hasn't happened every day of my life that I have a guy that is 25 years at General. But this is so important, and it's more, you impress more with father worked nearly 40 years, and she started here. And we'd like to get her over here, which is good. But again,
yeah, that was common.
As a non-general motor, the person you know, the Chevrolet brand was so important. The Corvette was their number one seller, and I think they didn't want to be counted at the top. Didn't want to make something. Didn't want to look at new things, but the Fiero and this could have been really the wonderful seller's deal. You know, for each of these cars. Okay? So you understood what I said about this. This has a BMW engine. I made the comment. Everybody has to figure out what they did. My it has you have the clutch and you're right there. It's such a challenge if the car's in front of you and it's not your car and it's 500 and some horsepower. It's kind of a challenge. This is the GTO. And it started right out of there, and when you saw the film, you saw that Mr. DeLorean just raised the profile of Pontiac so much. This is 64. The color is unique, and very few of this color was made. And 64 started, and also here I graduated from high school. So what more do you want? It's about everything. Okay? Now here's my favorite car in the whole movie. You know how this is. When you go in the back, you'll see a 31 By 9 years after it started, they were able to do the fabrication of the
Last one off the assembly line for Pontiac division was what a obsolete and orphan car.
It doesn't say GMC, it says General Motors Truck. It knows what it's about. And I love it. And it works. We have the fire marshal only allows
These were?
Yeah.
Looks
Our
like it's
company.
a rear engine.
It was a Volvo engine, diesel and gas. The diesels were horrible.
No power, I bet.
No power. And when DeLorean sold, our Oldsmobile company bought it, bought all of it, and I was in parts. And so he made me in charge of everything. And yeah, and he got stuck with all the fucking
Oh,
parts.
no. It's an interesting vehicle.
Oh, it is. Yeah, back when it came out.
Yeah, the engine doesn't show up in there.
We have a fence here, so if you ever know of a fence, we took all the cars out of the center, and we had 110 people in there, and then took their own technology on the screen, and we had a 30th high school reunion, so if you ever are any groups that want to have a party, and have
Yeah, it's kind of a neat car, isn't it?
we have it, and we can also, we put round tables in the museum, I mean, where you saw the movie.
I like that GMC truck there.
You don't see as many of these versus the later advanced design series.
No. No, not at all. You don't even see this here in Chevy. You see them in Fords, but not Chevys that much.
Oh, I know. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that
Yeah.
No, because he didn't use Krylon cans.
Okay.
You think that's a rattle can paint job on that fender?
It kind of looks it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like they sort of spread the Bondo over.
Sanded it with some 80 grit and
They spread the Bondo over it.
and
then
got
just
their
sort
spray can out. Yeah, totally.
of- Yeah, ace is the place.
It's still a super neat
What
truck.
I'm wondering is looking at like this almost peeling, like is this like spray chrome paint almost? You've got some interesting crazing and
It does kind of look like it was painted,
like it's
doesn't it?
metallic spray paint, not actually
On
big
the
chroming.
emblem, I
On the
mean,
General
yeah.
Motors truck badge. See, like there's these weird defects that don't even look like hitting chrome.
It's a neat truck, though. Yeah, I would take it. Needs total 100% restoration, but be totally worth it. What a neat old vehicle.
Well, if it were polished aluminum, I can see why they'd want to put a lacquer burn.
Mobile trading units that in the early 70s would go to dealerships and educate and synthesize the sales
Stamped.
whatever they wanted to
Maybe stamped. So, yeah, maybe
There were
sort
one
of
time
stamped.
and so that's what it is. You don't have to like a clam and whatever. Yeah. But I'm gonna bring Steve.
Get some of those
Oh my God.
Pontiac swing line.
Yeah. Don't want somebody from Office Space wanting that.
Yeah, so I want to get Steve.
My father's stepfather was one of the stylists at the Pontiac division in the mid-60s. He was at Buick before that. And then I think it was then even before that back at Pontiac in the late 50s as well. Paul Deason Sr. He did it. Let's see if I can find. Somebody has posted a bunch of his originals online.
Let me video them if you have them.
One of
that's
his
pretty
sketches
nice.
that was done early.
GTO sketch.
Yeah,
65, 66, I would guess.
I think. I swear he had something to do with the 64, but I can't find a sketch of that.
What eventually became a GMC motorhome,
Yeah.
not one of those
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah, this was a GMC motorhome.
They had the 403 Olds drivetrain in it.
Yep.
Yeah, Tornado drivetrain they were powered with. That would have been kind of neat. A lot of glass there, just like the production models.
You look at the side views of it, and it's even more interesting. Here's another concept.
Yeah, that'd be fun to take camping. No doubt about that.
But yeah, a few people have some pictures up. I took a bunch of broad pictures at his funeral. All of the originals were pinned up on boards throughout it.
You're who again?
My father's stepfather.
Okay.
So my father grew up with him, and I only learned about him from a YouTube comment, if you'd believe it. My father talked about him, he grew up with him, but all I ever heard was he drew things, cars, planes, and such, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Well, I didn't know quite what that meant, and my father never explained it. And a week after he died, I was looking at, somebody had done a documentary on those motorhomes, and I read a comment below it and said, it was another relative of mine that I'd heard of and not really ever known about, but I recognized the name. And the person said, my father designed this thing. His name's on it, Paul H. Deason Sr. And I said, Deason Sr., what are the odds it's the same name? And then it hit me that he drew things. No, he was a stylist at GM. And I only learned that. I never really got to speak with him much, but it was interesting getting to realize that, some of this.
It's funny because I go to car cruises, like I had that 60 Catalina.
Mm-hmm.
People that worked on the assembly line remembering putting parts on that
Yeah.
very car and stuff, And
He was at Stylist with GM from the late 50s all the way up to the late 90s. And his influence there extends well beyond that, because the last divisions, I think he was in Chevrolet Advanced Studios, so they're working on things that are like 8 years out.
Uh-huh.
So you see influence in like the 2004 Monte Carlo and things. I think there's some sketches online of that stuff. But yeah, my grandmother remarried, and her second husband was decent. And
there you go. We can turn into stylists.
So anyway, okay, if you were an automobile company, there you were. I'm up there. Well, my grandfather's anyway. And this is hopefully someday too.
Future space. There's one of those motorhomes that we're just yapping about. This is going to look like the front of a Pontiac dealership.
And then they gave it to seven destroyed. These seven is fat, overgrown, and obese. We've got an eating basic lot clean. In the early 70s,
Pontiac's people, the people that bought Pontiacs are aging out. They're moving into more sophisticated cars, like Jaguar, Mercedes, BMW. So marketing.
Yes, he said it's a parts car for another car.
How do we make the car a little more European-esque? So we start out with a Pontiac Le Mans, two-door, 4-speed car. Guy was restoring it, and his widow donated the car. He died of COVID. Not AIDS, COVID. Thank you for the away. All right, guys, it's 1975. Listen up. You're going to buy yourself a really trophy car. It's age of conspicuous consumption. We had leisure suits, piano shirts, gold chains, and it was the age of conspicuous consumption, right? We were all there. This 1975 luxury Le Mans. I'm trying to sell you this car. It doesn't have one grill. It's got 6. It's got big chrome buttons with rub strips and bumper guards with rub strips. Pinstripes. We put pinstripes on everything in the 70s. Boat ornament. Look at this. White Landau top with opera windows. Thank you very much. White interior. Look at the fender skirts. I don't wear skirts anymore, but there you go. I've said to many people, I wish I had a BG's 8-track tape. I want to take this thing, put the tape in the tape deck, bring it back to 1975. Unfortunately, they won't let me. Now, this Grand Am was a marketing project. The guy who was in charge of this project, this was his first car. This is a 73. It's got a 455 cubic inch Trans Am specification engine. It's got Trans Am style wheels on a 4-door. Okay, buckets and console on a 4-door, but that was his car. The wagon was his car too. We're going to get to that in a few minutes. It's 1973. The GTO is the same size car. This is one of the bases. We'll get to it in a minute because we're moving stuff around. This all came in this week.
We got an electric Renault.
1974, we got the first gas front.
Chevette.
Downsized the car. Okay, 75, there is no more GTO. 76, there is. We're losing that to 400 segments. So,
Oh, that's a Pontiac. This must be a Canadian Pontiac. Yeah, it is a Canadian one.
Yeah, his dad also had a 40 business school. Yeah, I was a business kid.
That station wagon is super neat. It's a Canadian built one, so it'd be on a Chevrolet chassis. Completely built on a Chevrolet chassis. This Pontiac station wagon. Oh, that's pretty cool. Actual little samples. How neat. I think that's an electric.
Yeah.
Not a flat. Yeah. Oh my God, these things were garbage cans on wheels, these X cars. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say this might be gonna be somebody restore it. These cars, man, if you wanted to put brakes on them twice a year, work on them continuously. Maybe this is the parts car for the one next to it.
38. You're looking in the one that has a 38.
This one's still right-hand drive. Yeah, the light is almost non-existent in here. So sorry if the video is poor at best. Here's Tweety. I don't know if that shows up or not, but
Yeah, so for eyes, how about a feature?
there's a big old Bonneville station wagon. Yeah, the interior doesn't show up at all, but it's in pretty nice shape. It's a very restorable station wagon. A friend of mine had a 69 Catalina that had a 428 in it, 390 horse, man. That thing was so powerful, it would spin the tires as long as you held the accelerator down, it would roast them. We used to bury the speedometer beyond the 120 mark in it all the time.
It's big, there's no interior partition, it's like a wonderful.
Yeah, no, it's a good stuff.
And there's ways to get cars in and out.
I've owned these cars up until the mid-80s, I'm restored, just driving.
I remember these too.
Another thing I want to share with you is
You got it. It's a short-term solid wheels, and look at that solid wheel. Chain drive. Yeah. This is not much of a car. Yeah. So this is well on its way. What we, this had
no
this
light.
is what the floor would have looked like. This had carpet here. And what would this get?
you want to open up more of the building to the public.
This should be April or phase 2. But then
It's rough.
Example, yeah.
Phase 3 back there. Okay. So that's where we're going to be. But that's our plan, to be right where we are.
Definitely needs some
Then
work.
about $5 million. We gotta-
This would have the Olds Tornado drivetrain, the 403 Olds, and yeah, the video camera unfortunately doesn't like dark, lack of light, so very little shows up there.
I always thought it was something that they came up with the idea to have such a large, heavy vehicle be front-wheel drive.
Yeah,
Then
with-
again, I mean, the Turbo 425 transmission is basically a Turbo 400, which
Right.
should be able to handle it. They just have the torque converter chain driven to the rest of it.
It's amazing, and this is, again, we had the 50th birthday of this a year ago, October.
can I open up one of these?
Yeah, sure. And you'll see that it was orange in color.
My father's stepfather was one of the stylists who designed these,
Oh, wow.
Paul Deason.
Okay. Yeah, amazing. So we're trying to redo this, but we may end up just getting for someone who's older and says, well, I'll give you my car or sell it to you. But we wanted to keep this because it was the second one ever made.
Second one made. I'll be darned.
And it's fiberglass. I mean, there's a lot of things.
Yeah, but I mean, a good gel coat guy could refinish this. I'm retired from the marine industry working on boats, and yeah, we had a gel coat guy that could take trash gel coat and re-gel coat it, and oh my God, make it look like new in no time. Though, mind you, he died of brain cancer.
Oh,
He never wore a respirator, but
wow.
yeah, super nice.
Wow. You are both very knowledgeable about this. Yeah, wow. We have some parts and all that kind of stuff. We got to get. This had an air conditioner on the top.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. We drove it in here.
So it moves under its own power. That's a big step forward.
Yeah.
It's in restorable condition.
Yeah.
So this was what, a high school or
Elementary.
elementary school?
Yeah, so this would have been an open concept elementary school, so not permanent walls.
Okay.
You know, they would live, so it was good and bad. Good for us and bad for the kids.
Yeah.
It was hard to concentrate.
It's a big building. Well, this is kind of interesting. It kind of looks like a snapper lawnmower drive.
Definitely. There would have been a big lever coming out.
Yeah,
side.
move this back and forth.
Just see the shaft here? So the lever would have gone here.
Oh, yeah.
And it's running all the way back to leverage here that's going
To
to slide
move
that.
All that apparatus, yeah, and a
Yeah.
pivot right there, yeah.
Yeah, that casting's got a little bend to it, but
It sure
I'm
does,
sure that's
yeah.
okay.
I wonder how fast it would go powered with an electric motor plugged into an outlet. You'd come to a screeching halt once you run out of electricity.
Until the
Plug
cord
pulls
comes
out of the outlet.
Well, you haul your own generator, and suddenly you've got a Tesla.
Something tells me this is some type of display that never made the road. That,
Well, somebody didn't have a working engine.
yeah,
You know, you deal with what you find.
yeah,
This, right? They've added this little strap to kind of hold everything on.
yeah. Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, put a mower deck under there and
Right.
put snapper on it and go and do some mowing.
Fiero was designed as a two-seat, two-door car. The concept of stretching into a four-seat car, this car survived, not like that one. And every automaker that did this was an abject failure. Two-seat into a four-seat car, they just went miserably failed, with one exception. You get half point, what year? Okay, you're the second guy to get a full Steve point. The 57 T-Birds, the 58 T-Birds were being sold in late 57 in a down market. We're going into recession, and their sales exceeded 57. So their sales increased in a down market, and they were four-seat ever since. Oh yeah, it's a complete car. It's a complete drivable car. But it's no, there's no room back there.
The proportions are kind of ruined.
The portions don't lend themselves to that.
Yeah, shine your light in there, good.
So,
Thank
isn't
you.
that hilarious,
Yeah,
guys?
totally.
Back in there would be a challenge.
Yeah, you can put more than a case of beer in the back too. This thing. I really don't want that. See, some of that stuff got saved in the big car. Come say, well, here's a car that's been on your account for several years. While we're saving it, it goes, and they just scrap it all like that.
Oh, it does look Pontiac all the way the rest of the way.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, both wheels steer too. Well, that was a tour of the Pontiac Museum in Pontiac, Michigan, about Pontiac motors here in Pontiac, Michigan. And like I say, it was with a bunch of the guys. I belong to a group of car guys that we just get together once in a great while and go on an adventure. And after we're there, we went to Jalapeno's in Pontiac and took the place over and had a nice meal. But anyway, that is it I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a lot of fun seeing a lot of the guys I haven't seen in a while. And had a good time. Saw some interesting cars. I don't know which one's your favorite cars. I kind of like that Canadian-built Pontiac station wagon. That was super cool. Parisienne station wagon. There was a Bonneville that was really nice too, but that little scooter with front and rear wheel steering that was behind that 4-seat Fiero that they had sitting there, the concept car. But there was a lot of interesting stuff there. It was a interesting video, and I thought it was anyway. You may not, but I did. Anyway, if you like that video, hit the thumbs up icon, as it kind of helps me out. And as you saw, some of my cohorts there had brought their old cars. Well, there's the Bel Air, and I put the cover on to keep it clean, and I put this painter's plastic over it. This is so light duty. It's for masking, but it'll keep the cover clean when I'm sanding and doing whatever, restoring this bike. But anyway, if you like my channel too, that 348 engine icon will help you subscribe. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you liked my video. It definitely helps. And if you like my channel and want to see these bikes all pristine and see me riding this coming summer, subscribe to my channel at hitting that 348 engine icon that powers this covered up car here. And thank you for watching my video.